Jaguar's woke rebrand has been mocked online in a hilarious parody video released on X. The heritage car company released a modern rebrand with the aim of reflecting their diverse customer base. But not everyone was convinced. Almost immediately, the parody videos started rolling in. And another creative mind thought of a much more exciting concept using AI. Sky News host Rita Panahi slammed the ad, comparing it to the Bud Light disaster of 2023.
But first, one would hope that after the unmitigated disaster that was the wokeification of Bud Light, you remember that, a much-loved brand decided to trash itself by having a trans activist promote their product. This is what happens when far-left corporate dimwits infiltrate a company and start spouting about diversity, equity and inclusion. Bud Light's dalliance with lefty activism did not go well. Sales plummeted, the brand was trashed, and the parent company lost well over $1 billion, a billion with a B. Lessons learned. Surely no corporate would be so reckless, so irredeemably stupid to go down the woke road. And Bud Light itself, well, step forward iconic British car company Jaguar, Indian-owned nowadays, but Jaguar has gone from this.
Have you ever noticed how in Hollywood movies all the villains are played by Brits?
Maybe we just sound right.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you, Mary. And we all drive Jaguars.
Oh, yes. It's good to be bad.
That's what the branding used to be. Suave, sophisticated, a little dangerous, it's good to be bad. But Jaguar has now rebranded, unveiling a new logo and an ad that the company hopes will lead to an explosion of sales. What in God's name was that? Where were the cars? Where's the Jaguar? Why were the deranged, angry folk wielding sledgehammers? How is that meant to inspire anybody to buy a luxury car? As for create exuberant, what sort of a slogan is that? Create exuberant? Did a semi-literate advertising intern on a 4-day coke bender come up with that? Create exuberant? Naturally, the ad has been mocked far and wide. Jaguar's tweet promoting that ad has some 125,000 comments and approximately 124,995 of them are highly critical, and that's putting it lightly.
Sky News host Kayla Bond agrees, saying the ad does not reflect their target market, making the same mistake as Bud Light did last year.
It smacks so much of when Bud Light, of course, signed up Dylan Mulvaney, the transgender TikToker, to promote their beer. And then, of course, sales plummeted directly after that because people said, oh, hang on a minute, men generally drink beer, and here we are trying to market beer to men with a transgender woman who is actually a man but not actually a woman. I mean, what on earth do they think they are playing at? Go woke, go broke. And I suspect that is exactly what will happen with Jaguar.
I wish I was sat at the marketing meetings. When I see an ad like this, I'm just like, okay, how did this happen? You're sitting there in no doubt the mahogany walled offices of Jaguar, and you say, here's bear with me here. We're going to have a pile of androgynous looking people. You won't be able to tell whether they are male or female, wearing dresses that certainly no woman would wear dead. And they're just going to kind of walk out of a lift, stand around for a bit. At the very end, they'll be sitting down, then get up and walk off. What do you reckon? And we're going to have just completely ambiguous meaning things flashing up on the screen like live vivid, delete ordinary, break mold, copy nothing except Jaguar. You look like you've copied every single woke company who has tried this and failed for years.
This commentator agrees, saying watching Jaguar commit brand suicide is like watching a slow train derailment. I can't look away. How does a company get hijacked by marketers who are so disconnected from their customers? How did an entire company sit back and watch a rogue team of woke agency kids drive their iconic brand off a cliff? Why did no one stop them? Sky News hosts Andrew Bolt and James McPherson agree, slamming the DEI push.
So you got gays, you got trans, you got people of colour. You didn't get a single car in this ad, James.
And that's very instructive, Andrew, because Jaguar is not the product that they're selling anymore. What they're selling, and the designer of this ad admitted as much, is diversity, equity, and inclusion. And if you'll excuse the play on words, the Jaguar is just the vehicle. It's not the product. The product is DEI. They're using Jaguar to sell that. Unfortunately, no one's buying DEI anymore, so no one will be buying Jaguars.
But it doesn't seem like Jaguar is backing down anytime soon, with its brand director Santino Pietrosanti committed to the new inclusive direction of the brand.
And at Jaguar, we're passionate about our people, and we're committed to fostering a diverse, inclusive, and unified culture that is representative not only of the people who use our products, but in a society in which we all live. A culture where our employees can bring their authentic selves to work. And we're on a transformative journey of our own, driven by a belief in diversity, inclusion, creativity, policy, and most importantly, action. We've established over 15 DEI groups, such as Pride, who are here tonight in the back. Thank you guys for coming. Women in Engineering and Neurodiversity Matters. We've launched major policy revisions such as transitioning at work to drive equity and support for our communities, embracing individuality as our superpower.
This commentator slammed the director, saying the personal social missions of stakeholders should not trump what is best for a company.